Drop dubs, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done. Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake, sidestep. I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best. Snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play. Hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way. No look behind the back. Fred in the scene. Every angle, every shout. I'm chasing a dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood, hear the crowd shout. Pass it, dish it, through traffic. We find.
What's up, everybody? Appreciate you tuning in to another edition of Passionate Precision. We have a lot in store for you. Got a great show. You guys already know. But let me go ahead and bring in the co-host right here. This upper left. We got Jory. Jory, how you doing tonight?
I've had one of those eventful weeks. Like, it was a little bit of everything. You have excitement, you have your Uber trying to kill you. Like, bro, I saw my life flash before my eyes this week. And then I went from that to not knowing if I was going to have a job.
One of those weeks.
But everything turned itself out. And I'm ready to talk some sports. And people have been pissing me off since Sunday. So, good luck.
Okay. Upper right corner. Always in the building. Got Key. How you doing, Key?
I'm good. We got unhinged jury today. We got some final burns to go over, and they irking a lot of people. So that's gonna be the favorite part tonight. Tune in.
Yeah,
I will say one of mine is not. I think a couple of mine aren't sports related. Two of them aren't sports related. So you'll hear from something new from me.
Okay. Hey, we're here for it. But let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into our first topic. Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs. They are 5-5. They have a tough opponent this week against the Colts in a game that, if they lose, it's not the end of the world, but we're kind of getting to that point where they're running out of rope if they're going to turn their season around and become a playoff team. We just saw what's going on, Kara from Australia. Appreciate you tuning in. We have the Texans who just beat the Bills. They have moved ahead of the Chiefs. The Ravens have moved ahead of the Chiefs as well. So now they have more teams they have to get over if they want to make the playoffs. Now, looking at the Chiefs, we know that they've been, super contenders for several years now. Is this kind of the beginning of the end of the Chiefs' run? Offensively, they haven't been clicking like they normally do. Defensively, we're seeing issues this year that we haven't seen in past years. So is it too early to close the book on them, or is it kind of slipping away from them slowly?
Before one of y'all go, there's an echo on your side.
Okay, it's echo on my side.
Okay. I think it might be a little premature, but if they do this again next season, if they miss the playoffs, it's going to be a flag. If they just flat out miss the playoffs, I think that's a red flag. Something ain't right. But Do I think it's a little bit premature? Not really, because if you watched them for the better part of last year as well, they didn't offensively, they weren't clicking. Just last year they made the plays that they needed to make. This year they're not. And when you have Chris Jones loafing on at times and whatever the hell is going on with the defense that can't stop anything at times, it's a recipe for a season like this. So, mm, I think this could be the beginning of it. It could be the beginning point. If it's not the true beginning, it's the true beginning for people who got some sense and aren't clouded. But
Okay. Um, I mean, Key, like where do you come in with the Chiefs and whether or not they're kind of losing on the streak?
I mean, the Chiefs still got some winnable games left.
mm-hmm.
Um, they just gotta click together to see if they can win. But right now, if the playoffs would end, they would be on the outside looking in. They wouldn't even be in the playoffs. So and plus Travis Kelsey is debating if he wants to come back or he wants to test the market. I mean, can you see Travis Kelsey somewhere else? He might decide, you know what? I got my championships here with Kansas City. Let me see where else I can go and maybe win another one or just close out his career because he's never been on a different team before. So that's something they got to look at. The wide receiver situation. You got Worthy, you got Hollywood Brown. They're going to be there for long. They're not a good running team. They're not known for running. So you got Kareem Hunt, Pacheco's been out. What do you do there? They got a good defense. McDuffie, he's looking for a new deal. So as a whole, the Chiefs, I don't know. This may be they closing window. He's coming off the Super Bowl loss. They thought they was going to three-peat, be the first team to do it. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not still counting my money out on Mahomes. But if they don't win, if they don't get there this year, next year is gonna be tough.
I was muted. Yeah. So I think this is a big moment for the Chiefs. If they beat the Colts, I think everybody will kind of look at it and go, maybe they can run the table. If they lose and go to 5-6, I think the panic meter will definitely be turned up. But like you said, Key, they do have winnable games left. So it's not like their season's completely over, but it's like you don't want to write them off because if they make the playoffs, anything can happen. But when you watch the Chiefs this year, you just see something's off.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I think Kelsey, not necessarily part of the problem, but the fact that he's still the go-to guy, I think that's a problem. I think at this point he should be a complimentary player, and somebody else should have stepped up as the new number one. Hasn't happened. But I guess follow up. Is the Colts game a must win?
Yes, absolutely. And they have to win it because, like you said, you risk falling to 5-6. 6-5 look real good, considering that you already have people above you that you got to get over, like Baltimore. Don't worry about winning the division because you're not going to do that. Did they already play Denver twice?
I believe they have a rematch with Denver.
I think they do play Denver again. I think that was their first time playing Denver.
Okay. But looking at Denver and how they're managing to win games, they're managing to win games how Kansas City is managing to lose games. So
Yeah, they played Denver week 17.
Popcorn worthy.
But week 17 is going to. By that time, it's either Kansas City. That has to be a must win for Kansas City because
Mm-hmm.
Denver's already going to be in there, and they're not going to be playing their starters. So if that comes down to that situation, Kansas City has to win that game to stay afloat.
That's why they need to win this game too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Um, let's go. The man missing the legend Joe Burrow, who when he got hurt, I feel like the assumption was he'll probably miss the year. Then it was mid-December. Now apparently he could play this week. If not this week, Thanksgiving. They're 3-7. Don't really seem to be going anywhere. We just talked about the Chiefs that they're on must-win alert. The Bengals are on like life support with their season. And another loss, they're probably eliminated. So, question is, if Burrow can go, should he play this week? If he shouldn't play this week, should he play it all this year? What would you do? And in the Bengals situation.
I get that the competitor in him wants to compete and he wants to play. At the same time, the offense isn't the issue. They've been putting up 30 with Joe Flacco. It's the defense, and there's no magic band-aid for that. And that's the word band-aid is the main reason why they're in this stupid ass mess anyway. You let key people walk, you make them unhappy, and then some of your draft picks aren't as touted as you think they are. You fail to properly address the offensive line. Hell, if I'm the Bengals, I'm not. If he wants to go out there, then okay. But am I worried about actually getting him hurt again and maybe potentially taking the Andrew Luck path? Yes. Because at what point does it get tiring? At what point can you take is it enough?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good point where if you're the Bengals, the last thing you want is for Joe Burrow to go out there and unfortunately re-aggravate the toe or injure something else. Plus, you have Jamar Chase out this week because he spit, even though he said, no, he didn't. Which that whole thing is still hilarious to me because the camera angle that we saw wasn't like the official, like the NFL or anything like that. It was from like a somebody in the stands who caught the perfect angle, and that's how we got to see it. So clearly, Jamar Chase was like thinking that wasn't going to come out or something. It's still funny to me that he's like denying it, even though we've all seen it. But it is what it is with him.
Terrible at gaslighting. Terrible. Don't be a narcissist. You're a terrible narcissist, Jamar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny, but so I guess Key, would you put Joe Burrow out there, or
Absolutely
we're saving
not.
for a couple weeks?
I am not putting Joe Burrow out. No. What's that? What, 3-8, 3-9? What's their record right now?
3-7.
3-7.
No. Okay? Hold on. What's their remaining schedule?
I'm pulling it up now. Patriots this Sunday.
That's an
Then
L.
they have the Ravens. Then they have the Bills. Then they have the Ravens again. Then they have the Guppies. You know who I'm talking about. Then they have the Cardinals, who are really Jekyll and Hyde-ish. And then they have the clowns, who we don't know who the quarterback's going to be then. So, surprise.
They would have to go on a serious run, even if it end up in 8-8. I don't still think that they win division or get into the playoffs. Um, I don't. In my opinion, I just wouldn't play him because there, unless the Bengals had a physical chance, Joe Burrow was in there, still was riding the wave, winning games, still keeping them in a playoff contention. Then okay, I would put Burrow in there. But 3-8, 3-7, I don't see them getting into the playoffs. They would need a lot of help if they were to get on the street. So I wouldn't even. Honestly, I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't even do it because their defense is trash. Defense ain't gonna keep up no points. They got to score 99 points on the offensive side just to keep up. But we saw that in the Bears game. They still lost. They both teams had what 35 to 40 points themselves, and they still lost. So I wouldn't even play Burrow actually.
That game was absolutely no defense. None.
Mm-hmm. Look, I think if you're going to put Burrow out there, you better guarantee the Patriots win, both Ravens win, and the Bills win. Because if you do that and you're 7-7 going into the last 3 weeks with the Dolphins, Cardinals, Browns, that justifies it. But if he plays this week, you'll lose. And then you lose to the Ravens and the Bills. Now you're just wasting time because at that point you're really eliminated. And it's like you're putting Burrow in harm's way when Burrow he's been nicked up most seasons. Now, I did hear from a Bengals reporter that the decision for this week might actually hinge on Flacco, who's dealing with a shoulder injury. If Flacco can go, he'll probably play. If he can't, that's when they might push Burrow because they know what Browning's going to look like at quarterback, and they don't want to see that for a week. So if Flacco can go, I think they will hold Burrow off until next week. We'll see.
Throwing it 50 damn times because they can't really run the ball that well, and the defense can't stop anything.
Right. Yeah.
40 years old throwing the ball that much. Of course he's going to be hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Bengals are like they're kind of intriguing for next season because of offense, but I feel like the question is going to keep being asked: when do they fix the defense? Because once again, I just heard an interview with a Bengals reporter, and he was just like, they've used draft capital on defense, but it seems like they keep picking the wrong guy. And like this year, it needed safety help. Didn't want to draft one. Didn't get one in free agency. They have linebackers who, looking at stats, like they're among the worst in terms of missed tackles. They didn't address that. And then up front, Hendrickson's been out for the past few weeks. He's going to be out again this week. The rookie took them forever to sign him. He hasn't really been, up to par. It's like what do they do? So I think after the season, they definitely need to think about moving on from Taylor. And I'm assuming the new coach will move off of Al Golden.
Mm-hmm. I don't
That's
know why they thought Al Golden was going to be a good defensive coordinator just because he was a decent head coach in college.
because I guess they brought him in from, I think he was Notre Dame's DC. So,
He should have stayed in Notre Dame.
I mean, true. But I think a lot of it is just a organization issue where they focus too much on offense, not really the offensive line though, and then they let the few good picks they had on defense walk out the door because they didn't want to pay them.
Yep.
And then they pay Hendrickson this offseason, but they paid him for just a 1-year deal, basically like, you're probably gone next year anyway, but we'll keep you this year. So I don't know if they fix it next year either. It'll be another wasted year for Joe Burrow with a defense he has to carry.
Poor Joe Burrow. But when you demand the amount of money that you demand,
Mm-hmm.
and you want everybody that you want and they give it to you, you kind of suffer in this manner.
Yep. So, follow-up question. Should Burrow, I can't say because they are paying him more, but should the Bengals or Burrow explore the option of Burrow not being in Cincinnati next season?
Unless they just want to be known as an unserious. Y'all want to see Ocho Cinco cry?
Yeah.
Y'all want to see that man cry for real? Y'all want to see that man ball, not the fake he be doing on nightcap and shit. Y'all want to see the man cry for real?
Ocho will really cry.
Go ahead and do that. Go ahead, because I screen record that.
Fine, I'll change
Y'all
up
want
the
to see
follow-up.
riots in Cincinnati?
So I'll make this change to the follow-up question. Do you think Burrow could win a Super Bowl in Cincinnati?
Hell no, because they're
The
poorly
only
run.
way Burrow wins a championship in Cincinnati, they have to go back to how they have to give this man a line. They have I don't know what you have to do. You have to give this man an offensive line. He's going to be running for his life.
They failed.
You have to give him an offensive line. You have to prioritize your offense. And you can, I mean, if you don't have the money or whatever, just dress your defense. That's what the draft maybe get some serviceable guys in here. But you have to predicate your offense. If Joe Burrow is your franchise QB, well, we all know he's good. And you got his top two receivers. Y'all have to make him relevant. Y'all have to give him protection before y'all kill this man. Before he gets another injury and be another Andrew Luck and don't want to play because he can never stay protected. I'll give it one more year before Burrow wants to explore and before Zach Taylor is gone. Because Zach Taylor's only there because of Burrow.
Zach Taylor might be gone on Black Monday.
That's true. Okay, we'll obviously revisit this after the game. We'll see if Burrow played or not. Because part of me is like, a lot of focus being placed on something that I don't actually think happens. I don't think he plays this week. I think next week, yes. Because
he hasn't
even if
played
they lose to the
in
Patriots, if they sweep the Ravens games, they give themselves a bit of a lifeline.
He hasn't played in 2 months. He's going to be extremely rusty.
Yeah.
When his practice window just got freaking opened, is very high.
Yeah.
Go with the emergency quarterback if you don't like Browning.
I mean, Browning probably is the emergency quarterback at this point.
Yep.
Well, let Lamar throw it.
Yeah. I mean, they could do that.
You know how to throw a spitball. Let him throw it.
Yeah. Burrow's one of those guys you just hate the fact that the team just can't figure it out. It seems like it shouldn't be that hard to field a defense that's at least average because of how good the offense can be. But they can't do that. It seems like with all these years, they should be better with the line, the offensive line. They're not for whatever reason, scouting, whoever. Like I'm just like, are they just want to make it more difficult on Burrow? Is that just their whole plan? Because I feel like if you put Burrow in, better run organizations, he probably has a ring by now.
He shouldn't even have a damn ring. I mean, he doesn't have one, and he shouldn't be close to having one because he really should have freaking went home in the damn. We're not gonna start that. We're not gonna start because that's when they should have lost. That man got sacked 9 damn times. 9. But guess who threw 3 picks?
Yes.
But the same issues we're having then, we're having now. Minus that the defense was a little bit better, but it was still the weak point.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't marginally improve. It just drastically got worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is a good point. The year that he did get through, didn't necessarily play the best game. But you have a top 5 quarterback. You have a top, I don't know, 5 to 10 receiver duo. It's a division that hasn't been like crazy Burrow's years. Yes, the Ravens have been pretty good, but Steelers have been up and down. The Browns, I mean, they've been the Browns. So if they knew what they were doing, the Bengals should be perennial playoff team. They shouldn't be going through this again. They went through this last year. They were out of it, went on this late run that meant nothing to finish 9-8, just the playoffs. It almost seems like we're headed towards that again this year.
I mean, at least if they do sweep the Ravens, you knock them out the playoffs, and that makes me happy every day.
Right. As long as the Steelers
taught their fans, and they can sit right next to their team can sit right next to mine on the elimination couch.
Yeah. Yeah. I will see, because like I said, that's next week. Ravens Bengals. So I guess we'll see what the Bengals look like against the Patriots and how the Ravens look this week. See if there's an actual chance for the Bengals to knock them off next week. Let's keep it going. The Patriots. It's like deja vu. You had Belichick and Brady, and it seemed like sports media loved talking about, is it more Belichick or Brady? Then you got, Spygate, which I still say is one of the most overblown stories because people treated it like the filming was the issue, which it wasn't. It was the location of where the person was. That's it. Then Deflategate, which that one still baffles me because the Colts had underinflated football, but nobody cares about that. The league that offseason was like, we're going to get data and we're going to present it to you. We never heard about any reports on, what they found. But, Mark Brunell goes on ESPN, cries his eyes out, and people go, oh my God, look at the Steelers again. I remember watching that moment, and I laughed. I was like, there's no way this grown man's up here crying about deflated football. But he did. Then what gets swept under the rug was like, Aaron Rodgers came out the next day and was like, I overinflate mine. What? The football. I want more air in mine. Nobody cared. Now, fast forward to now. Stephen A. Smith, for whatever reason, wants to go at Drake May because Drake May said he doesn't know what show Cam Newton's on, which of course gets Stephen A. at this point. He's like, I'm Stephen A. You know what show I'm on, what Cam's on. Maybe Drake May doesn't watch. Good for him. I watch some days and I wonder why. You have Orlovsky criticizing the defense, telling teams to run the ball on them, not knowing that the Patriots have one of the top rush defenses in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the Patriots record brought up, what do they say? Easy schedule. So, I guess for you two, is it disrespectful the way the Patriots are being covered? Do you think it's maybe valid in some of the points that they're making? Because I could broaden this to just the whole sports media question. Key, you know this. You spent the whole offseason listening to Jalen Hurts slander. They couldn't stop talking about Jalen Hurts not being
We
good.
still talk about him.
Yeah. So maybe we should take this just beyond the Patriots. Sports media have an issue with just disrespecting or creating, narratives around certain people and teams that are unnecessary. I mean,
Yes.
Jory, I heard you talk. Whenever they talk about the Titans, they usually sound cool with it.
They be on some misinformed, excuse my language, misinformed bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, bruh. And for Cam Damn Newton to say what he said, I'm like, listen here, you 6'5" big ass tree of bitterness.
Yeah.
Wearing a damn leaf as a hat. You can't anything that the Patriots did to Belichick off on Vrabel and Drake May. And Vrabel's catching heat for whatever reason too. And Raheem Morris crybaby ass over here talking about they're stealing my signs. Just like you stole a damn job. Whoop-de-doo. Like, and for Stephen A. Smith to go on this whole ego-inflated, super braggadocious, pretentious rant for no freaking reason, like you know who I am, and da 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 da, and yeah. Is it about you or is it about sports and how he's playing? Answer the question. Like what?
That was gonna be my question. Is sports media now too ego and clickbait driven instead of what it should be? Having people up there bringing legit information to a conversation.
Yes, and that's why when Dan Orlowski was going back at him and was making those crazy ass faces, I felt it. Because I was making those crazy ass faces listening to them. Fool's gold. That damn tooth in your mouth, Cam, is fool's gold. Everything you did after that Super Bowl was fool's gold.
Yeah.
Your little stint in Foxborough was fool's gold. Cam. Do we
People have
need
pointed out he's a Belichick guy, and that's another thing media has created. It's now Belichick versus Vrabel. So maybe Cam Newton is the first guy.
Here we go. Why are we pitting the student versus the teacher? Can't y'all see they have some of the same coaching tendencies? Even though I feel like Vrabel's a better coach.
Yeah, I think Vrabel's a better coach for the modern athlete. Belichick is too old school right now.
Well, you see what he's doing in North Carolina.
Hey,
That's why he went and got himself a 25-year-old. He needed to get with the times.
Yeah.
And the thing with Cam that pisses me off, sometimes he's right.
Mm-hmm.
When he's wrong, man, you want to cuss his ass out. You forget that he did what he did in the league.
Mm-hmm.
When he's wrong. Calling somebody fool's gold that's leading the league in MVP odds and is leading the league in passing. what is fool's gold about leading anything? In that whole easy schedule argument is
That's what it's
they
coming
can't
from.
help. They
It's
can't help who they
schedule.
play. Like if I pull it up right now, hold on. I'm sorry that the Bengals doesn't have a defense. I apologize that the Giants fired their damn coach. The Bills out, and we saw what happened with the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Ravens game is going to be funny. That is going to be a very funny game.
But that will be the next one where they say Patriots can make a statement.
And they're going to because they're better coached. We've seen Vrabel versus Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that the Jets just stink.
Right.
And that the Guppies are the Guppies. I'm sorry. Like, whoa. And if I go through the rest of the schedule, they played a badly ran Tennessee team, and that's my team. But I'm gonna be truthful.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons floundered. The Browns stink. The Saints stink. The Panthers actually don't stink, but they just decided to lay an egg that game. They were riding an emotional high from breaking their foots off in the Falcons' ass the last week.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Turned the ball over too much. They lost that one.
Yeah.
How did y'all lose to the Raiders?
I mean, it was week 1.
Yeah, they were still trying to figure out who everybody was.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll blame that on week 1 being a liar.
Yeah.
Not my week 1, but that week 1 was a liar.
Right.
My week 1 told the entire truth of what I could expect the entire season.
But I mean, oh, good.
I was gonna be like, I gotta run out real quick, but let me make this point. But I'll be right back. No, I mean, I don't like the disrespect right now. We all Rabel. It was just a coaching issue with the Patriots. They was just missing key pieces, and the coaching was one of them. Should Jared Mayo have been in there in that position? Absolutely not. I think they should have gave it to Vrabel the first time. They went through the whole Mayo experiment because that was a Belichick or a Kraft guy. He's with the team. He knows the team, knows the organization. All right, the experiment. They tried it. It failed. Here comes Rabel. Turned everything around, holding people accountable. They disciplined. They got some structure. That's all they needed. And Vrabel loves dumb guys, and they love Vrabel. That's all they needed was a coach. They married him with May, who was still a young guy. Look what's going on. Vrabel knows the deal. He's 3-time Super Bowl champ with the New England. He knows how to run the offense. He knows the defense. It's the coaching that changed everything. One guy changed the whole organization. They're 9-2. I'm gonna keep saying it. I said the Patriots was gonna get into the playoffs, but as a wild card, I never thought they was gonna be winning the East.
I was the same way. I think they're gonna be a wild card team.
And it is straight disrespectful how they're doing the Patriots right now. Will they make the play? When I'm saying they're Super Bowl bound, we don't know. We don't know that. We don't know how good they're going to play once they get to the playoffs. We don't know. Let the regular season get here, and they play who's on the schedule. They don't make the schedule. I hate that. Oh, they got a soft schedule. They didn't make it. They play who they got.
That's a lazy take.
I hate that. Oh, they don't play nobody. They don't make the schedule. They just play who's in front of them. They get prepared to play whoever, and boom. So Patriots is rolling. Again, that team, and they getting pieces back. Boude's coming back. Stevens is coming back, so y'all trying to make him stronger? Y'all crazy. But and then the way the Bills keep falling, no.
Yeah, that
All right, right back.
that game last night was definitely eye opening.
The last thing I want to say is look at New England and look at Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you everything you need to know. Amy, make it right.
Hey, that's what I've been saying for the past couple of weeks. She's gonna have to get the right coach. She can't, you know, she can't mess this one up because Titans fans like yourself, seeing what Vrabel's doing in New England, she's gonna have to get somebody in there that makes them forget that Vrabel was once on their sideline, and what would have stopped Vrabel and his, team of having Cam Ward look like Drake may. So she's gonna have to get, whether it's a quarterback whisperer, somebody who can be innovative on offense.
No
She's got
more
to
coach
go.
gurus. No more.
Well, I was just saying, 'cause, they love labeling offensive guys like that, but she has to get somebody who can be innovative with the offense and utilize Cam's skills. He's got a big arm, utilize it. He can move a little in the pocket, utilize it. So, we'll see who she goes and gets. But I guess while he's gone, I did want to touch on Buffalo last night because now all of a sudden Houston looks like they might be a playoff team this year. They're sitting there in the whole Baltimore, Kansas City, Jacksonville kind of group where they're like all separated by like half a game, and you can get movement from week to week based off who wins and who loses. And look, this is your division, Jory. So after last night beating a Bills team with Davis Mills, CJ Stroud supposedly coming back next week, are the Texans a playoff team?
They could be, but I still don't trust them.
Okay.
The Bills don't have a defense, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to play some defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe none as good as theirs, but
Yeah, that Texans defense was all over Buffalo.
but actually, yeah, because if there's going to be a second team from the AFC South to get in, it's going to be Houston. I don't trust Jacksonville.
Right.
Feel like
I'm looking at. Hold on. Looking at the standings right now. Here we go. All right, so Jacksonville's 6-4. They're the final wild card team right now. Houston is now the 8th seed at 6-5. Chiefs are 5-5. Ravens are 5-5. We'll stop there because after that's the Dolphins at 4-7, and I don't care what kind of magic they cook up down there. I don't see it working out.
Mm-mm.
And well, I guess you have to bring Buffalo and the Chargers into the conversation because those two teams are 7-4. Texans are only a game behind them.
And they're falling. And they're free falling right now.
Right. The Bills look like they're falling apart. The Chargers, good luck predicting who the Chargers are from week to week. Because if the Chargers look like they did against Jacksonville, they're not a playoff team.
Mm-mm.
And the Chargers have some big games coming up in their schedule. But I guess we'll do a little quick game of Houston or. Let me get there. So I'll name two teams. You tell me we'll take it as if they played right now, who would you take? So Houston or the Ravens?
Um,
So, welcome back, Key. Yeah, so we're just doing Houston or. The question is, they're playing tomorrow, neutral site. Who would you take in the game, Houston or the Ravens?
Wait, say that one more time. All I heard was Houston and Ravens.
Yeah, so they're
So they're
gonna play say
say
Sunday.
Sunday.
We're
Mhm.
not taking into account the records or
records
whatever right now, but like how both teams look right now. Houston's going up against Baltimore. Who would you take in that game?
Surprisingly, I'm gonna say Houston only because of their defense. Their defense is nasty.
exactly.
And the way Lamar be holding on and stat patting the ball,
Yeah.
Derrick Henry ain't running through that. Will Anderson and them guys. Did y'all see what he did to Josh Allen last night? 8 sacks, 2.5 by Will Anderson. Daniil Hunter had 2 himself. That defense is crazy. They had the offensive line issues. I think if they would have had better offensive line play, CJ Stroud when they got that concussion, they would be better than they are now. But Davis Mills did his job. But no, I would go Houston over the Ravens.
All right. Jory, you would take Houston?
Yep.
I would take Houston as well. All right. Houston or the Chargers?
A good defense too. So Houston.
Okay. Key?
One more time.
Houston or the Chargers?
Houston.
I would take Houston as well.
I just want everybody. I just want all them to crucify all the quarterbacks and stop making excuses. Herbert is one of them. So, yeah, no, I got Houston over the Chargers.
Okay. Houston or the Chiefs?
Come back to me.
I would have to go Casey here.
Okay, you'd go with the Chiefs. Okay. I mean, that one is tougher. But I don't know. Maybe recency bias. I might ride the hot hand of Houston if they went up against Kansas City. Because we've seen, Mahomes, get pressured in the pocket. We've seen Mahomes, take hits. We've seen Mahomes just, I don't know. I think it goes back to our earlier conversation. Something is just missing with Kansas City. I think he would take advantage of that.
They're off.
Right. I can't put my finger on it. I bet. It's just that when you watch them, you're just like, this isn't the Kansas City team that we've seen the past 2 years.
I would, because I would take Houston, but I'm not confident in that.
That's fair. That's fair. Last one. I guess if it happened again, Houston, Buffalo.
You say Houston or Buffalo?
Houston.
I'm going Houston because Buffalo can, for some, I don't know what it is about Josh Allen not beating the Texans. I'm still riding that until he proves otherwise.
What's up, Papa?
Burn, it's up, Burn.
Jory? You taking Houston or Buffalo in a rematch?
I'd take Houston.
I mean, it kind of seems like we're expecting Houston to find their way in postseason football. Potentially. Because we'll have to see what CJ Stroud looks like when he comes back. All right.
Oh. I guess we've been talking about the op too long. Ain't
Right.
that right? Oh. She bad. She bad as hell.
All right, let's have a little fun. Let's go with some mid-season awards, passion and precision style. So I think we'll just hit up the major ones and kind of see who we would give them to. Are a little bit past the mid-season, but you get the idea. Let's start with the big one. Who would be the mid-season MVP? A lot of names.
It's not Matthew Stafford for me.
Well, I was about to say, you have Matt Stafford, who's having a really good year. The media seems to be pushing it towards him. You have Drake May having a great year with the Patriots. And because we're doing it, we're going to include Jonathan Taylor because he's having a great year. We know they don't like giving to running backs, but
I'm not. Y'all are. I'm not.
I'm just saying he's a nominee. We'll give him that. I feel like Josh Allen was in it, but the last
no, he's out of it. You got to pick him out.
Mahomes has been in it for whatever reason. I would say no. Do you throw Jalen Hurts? Like, they're winning. It may not be pretty, but we know that they like rewarding winning. You got to pick somebody. You pick the quarterback.
Because he's dealing with Days of Our Lives, the Eagles edition over there. Yes.
I mean, that should factor into it. Because I think
AJ and his
Jalen Hurts' biggest quality is leadership, or seemingly able to, block out outside noise and just focus on that game, that day, and getting a win one way or the other. So, okay, those are some names. Unless you have another one you want to throw out there, who would be the mid-season MVP?
Mid-season MVP? So, I'm gonna have to go Drake May. I know Matthew Stafford, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I know. But Drake May is playing lights out right now with that Patriots 9-2 team. So I'm gonna have to go Drake May right now.
Okay. Jory, are you going Drake May? You going somewhere else?
I'm going Drake May.
Okay. I probably would have said Drake May as well. Yeah. We'll make that a clean sweep for Drake.
Just last week, you told me and Keith to hold our horses. Just last week.
That wasn't.
You know I'm going to hold your feet to the fire.
On Drake May. It was just that part of me, because I feel like they're ahead of schedule, that's kind of where I'm like hesitant to put New England up there. I recognize what they're doing on the field. My claim for Drake May as an MVP would be people talked about they didn't have any weapons. They don't have a running game. They had questions about Josh McDaniels as an offensive coordinator. They had questions about some of the guys they brought in on defense, and it's all kind of worked out because of Drake May upping his game to what they are right now. So I would go Drake May. I'd probably go Jonathan Taylor second and then Matt Stafford. Because I wouldn't give the full success to Daniel Jones. So I think Jonathan Taylor's more good. Okay. Let's go. How about defensive player of the year?
Jeffrey Simmons.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, like, rep your team. I don't hate it. I mean, you watch him. He's a dominant force in the middle. But you have you have the usual suspects as well. Myles Garrett having a great year on a terrible team.
And he looks so miserable, but he asked for that. He quite literally asked for that.
He absolutely did. We just talked about Houston's defense. You have Will Anderson. You have Daniil Hunter. Both of those guys playing really well. And to give Denver some love, Nick Bonito having a really good year. So Jory's already said Jeffrey Simmons. Key, who would you give it to?
Myles Garrett is on pace to apparently break Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 sacks.
Christian has kind of eliminated him from my category.
Of course, he would be the obvious pick. But if Will Anderson keeps playing the way he does, I know they go off of sacks and everything else. But you got to put Will Anderson in the category, into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Myles Garrett off of production wise, but Will Anderson is my, like you had the other, Nick Bonito playing great. Will Anderson's up there balling. I had to say Myles Garrett.
I think that's valid. I would probably go Anderson or Bonito. I might lean Bonito because the Broncos defense statistically really good, and his play up front definitely helps them. Like I think it's an interesting award. Season's end. Obviously, if Garrett does break Strahan's record, probably give it to him. But I think you have a lot of guys who, like, look, if Houston has the turnaround that we think they could have and becomes a playoff team, you have to attribute it to that defense. And if you're gonna look at that defense, it's Will Anderson, it's Daniil Hunter. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
And they got a mean ass secondary. With
That's safety last night. I can't remember. The one with the interception. Well, he had both interceptions actually. He's really good. He's like long, rangy, and ball hawk. So
I just wish that D'Amico would kind of emphasize a little bit of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you pay attention to Houston, they're very undisciplined.
And that's how you lose playoff games.
Ask Baltimore about that.
Yeah. I mean, it could cost them a late season game that they really need.
Yeah, because what'll probably happen? It comes down to week 17, week 18. You got Azeez Al-Shaair doing some dumb ish, hitting the quarterback in the head. You get an automatic penalty, and then the other team finds a way to go ahead and win the game, and now you're done.
Yep. Oh, Shaair had that great play coverage. I was kind of surprised with him. On the interception, he dropped back in the zone, he shifted, and the safety picked it off. I was like, oh. So you're not just only out here headhunting. You actually play the right way. Good for you.
He's selective.
He absolutely is. Because watch, next week he's gonna do something controversial, and it'll be like, at what point does he just get some lengthy suspension and he probably cost his team a game or two?
It's coming.
Mm-hmm. Next award, Offensive Rookie of the Year. This one could be an interesting one as well. You could throw out Emeka Egbuka, Tyler Warren, the tight end from Indy, Ted McMillan with Carolina. Well, Jackson Dart got hurt, so he's not out of the Travion Henderson probably came on too late, but it might be between those three: Luke, Ted, and Tyler Ward.
I don't know. Booker was up this high up there for me, but then I don't know. Tech coming into his own now.
Ted
I
is,
mean,
is on a run right now.
if he keeps doing what he's doing, I might have to put Ted over Mecca because the Mecca kind of calmed down after. I know he had that little hamstring injury. Maybe he had to sit out a game or so for. You know what? F it. I'm going to take Ted McMillan. I think he might end up getting it.
See, I was gonna go Cam. I was gonna go the other Dodge brother, Cam, but watching Ted these past few weeks, I don't know. Abuka got some competition.
Yep. Panthers are another team. If they find a way into the playoffs, Ted's gonna have a big part of that. I agree. I would go with Ted as well. Let's see. How about Coach of the Year?
Vrabel. Next.
I mean, I was just gonna throw some names like Mike McDonald with the Seahawks. I'll give him a lot of love for the defense. Steichen with the Colts. Obviously, if they end up as a number 1 seed, that's gonna look good for him.
He was supposed to get fired.
Daniel Jones saved them.
That's how wild the NFL is. I mean, there's another guy who's probably gonna get fired. Canales in Carolina.
Right.
If they make the playoffs,
his job saved.
Yeah.
I don't think he should get fired though. Like they gotta get pieces.
Right
it takes a while to get a team together. Like it's not a 1 year process. It's going to take a minute, and they're trending in the right direction. Just imagine next year what they do with the draft, or how they're going to do it to add more pieces. Maybe free agents will see how they're playing and balling. They might want to go there. So I wouldn't boot him yet.
Yeah. Ben Johnson is the name. The Bears are leading the NFC North. He might get some consideration.
He hasn't done enough.
For me, I think the top two would probably be Vrabel and McDonald.
Oh, both named Mike.
Yes.
And both of the coaches named Brian got fired and subsequently replaced by interns named Mike. Full circle.
Yes.
Name your kid something else.
Well, yes. How about comeback player of the year?
Daniel Jones.
You got Daniel Jones, Christian McCaffrey, Steph Diggs, Hutchinson missed last year. He's come back, looks good.
It would have to be Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones gets his big old money from the Giants. The Giants end up letting him go. He goes to Minnesota, where he didn't get no shot in Minnesota because he thought they was a title contender. And then he goes to the Colts. Didn't think he was going to start. He starts, and now look at him. So he's definitely come back player of the year.
Well, I'd kind of give it to Stephon Diggs a little bit because he's coming back from an actual injury. Daniel Jones is coming back from the bench. I mean, come back from his ego. Good story.
That's usually what that award is story driven. And the weird thing is, next year, Burrow's probably going to win it again.
He can win everything, but he won't win a damn Super Bowl because of the organization that he played for.
Yeah. If he does win it next year, it'd be his third comeback player of the year.
Why do you keep damn coming back? Why, Cincy? Why? Let's answer that. Why did you have 2 or 3 of those?
Mm-hmm.
When you could have had 2 or 3 Super Bowls,
Yeah.
or at least appearances.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. It's probably go to Daniel Jones. But I think Steph Diggs does have a strong case, especially if Steph Diggs gets over 1,000 yards receiving. I think that would give him a big chance.
We're gonna thank Carly B for that.
Yep.
I've seen her like TikToks and stuff after where she like talking about like celebrating the wins and all that, and I'm like, it might help his case. Like she's kind of funny.
She's very funny. You
I
haven't
mean,
been loving hip hop Cardi.
yeah. She does a celebration in the box when they score, and yeah.
Look at her in a Kraft in the box.
I mean, Kraft loves him some Cardi B.
That's his best friend.
Yeah. It's like her, Meek Mill. His circle's kind of random.
And Meek Mill is from Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, explain. I don't know. He rolls in weird circles, but
Because he's a weird guy. Don't forget that part.
yeah. I mean, hey, shout out to him. I guess he's living through them, feeling youthful. Last one I'll ask, I guess, before we move on. Who is your most surprising and most disappointing team? We'll add that as a special award for this one.
Disappointing? On to I-20, on to 85, on to 75, and the hell up out of the state of Georgia, the Falcons.
Okay.
Raheem Morris is terrible. You got talent everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you ain't got you got how many wins to show for it? You got swept by the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to find ways to lose games that you should win and win games that you should lose. Raheem Morris does absolutely nothing but talk nonsense and word salad.
Mm-hmm.
The offense is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Your defense is overrated.
What's up, Mo?
I'm like, I think the Falcons have a really good case, strong case of being most disappointing.
Okay.
And now your quarterback's hurt.
We got Kirk 2 chains. It's all good.
He don't want to damn be there.
He
And
really
you know
does.
that.
Well, who's your most surprising team?
Flock feathered minutes to mention.
Mm-hmm.
Because their fans talk a lot of crap. The Ravens. You knew I was going there.
Okay.
And
Well,
they're
how about
still
surprising in a good way?
Huh?
How about surprising in a good way?
The Seahawks.
Okay.
I expected them to be good. I didn't expect them to be this good. You were right, Kyle, and I will give you your flowers for that. And a thing of cookies.
Okay. I appreciate that. All right. Most disappointing, most surprising team.
So disappointing. I'm gonna actually go Washington. Washington coming off that NFC Championship game. We seen how Jaden Daniels was playing. Everybody was like, "Oh, he gonna have that sophomore slump." He gets hurt. Dan Quinn leaves him in too long. Then you had Terry McLaren with the contract holdout, and then he gets hurt. They just a mess over there in Washington, and I thought they were going to be a little bit better than they was. Then Daniel gets hurt and comes back, gets hurt again. So it's just like they might as well just wrap it up. You might as well just keep Mariota in for the rest of the year. I know they were saying he can still come back. Jaden Daniels not on the IR. Just let him come back next year. Y'all not going anywhere. Just let Mariota ride out. So Washington, I'm kind of disappointed at. Surprising. I'm gonna go to Colts. Since Joey said the Seahawks, I'm gonna go Colts. Didn't think the Colts were gonna come out this hot. Daniel Jones is actually, doing what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor, when he's healthy, he's the top 3 running back in his league. The defense is playing good, so I'm gonna say the Colts.
You're being nice. I don't give a jabroni pony an ounce of credit. I don't like them.
That's because they in your division.
Zaire Franklin is annoying. Daniel Jones with blood on his lip looked like Mrs. Puff. Jonathan Taylor is short. And let's see.
Okay.
The only good thing I like is that Carly Ursay wears her little headset. I like that part. Everything else. Oh, and the state of Indiana needs to fix that spot of 65 that has been under construction since I was born. I will forever say that. Until it's fixed.
Right. Okay.
And it's within the city too. I'm like,
yeah. For me, most disappointing, I'll go Minnesota. Because I wanted to believe that JJ McCarthy was going to look better than he does. I don't think he's up there with like Daniels and May in terms of that caliber, but I didn't think he'd be looking like this. Like he looks lost at times. He looks like he's indecisive, and then when he does decide, he's overthrowing guys. He's thrown into trouble, and it seems like they're wasting kind of the defensive performance that Flores gives, week in and week out. They're probably my most disappointing. You could throw the Bengals in there as well, but I'm gonna go with the Vikings. My most surprising team.
do it.
I'm gonna give it up to Carolina. I'm happy to see, Bryce Young has gotten past the bad play early last season and the year before. Him throwing for 450 against the Falcons, that was a big step for him. In the locker room, him celebrating. You could tell he's genuinely just having a lot of fun right now. When there was a lot of times where probably some dark days playing in Carolina. They surpassed the Saints, they surpassed the Falcons, and are nipping on the Bucs' heels in that division. And they're still a young team.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of reasons for optimism. Look, I'm kind of rooting for them to get in the playoffs. I don't know, over who, but I kind of hope they get it. I think that'd be really good for Bryce Young, Cat McMillan, those guys. So they're my most surprising. All right, let's keep it moving. Picks. Jory and Key both went 4-1 last week. Jory now has the overall lead at 36-21-1.
What happened to you?
Chargers no-showed. Seahawks. Look, if that kick goes through, my week looks a lot better. But hey, that's what happened. Lions and Eagles, you and I both missed that one, which, that game went like it went. Key, you were one away from a perfect week. Those Falcons got you.
Damn it! I know they had one job.
Pick them. Why did you even set yourself up for that?
They looked good going in. I thought I had a chance.
Don't do it. You just fell for the scam. You know Atlanta's full of scammers, right?
That's what the
They're
Falcons do.
ran by a scammer named Raheem. You fell for it.
I mean, it was right there. It was in Atlanta because I think that's where people fall for it because the Falcons play so much better at home than they do on the road.
That hasn't been the case this year.
And it has not been the case this year. So they don't even have that anymore. But yeah, so
the Falcons have landed firmly on my I stay the hell away from.
yes, I've kind of gotten there as well. They are a team that I'm very careful with if I'm going to pick them. But yes, Jory 36-21-1, 35-23-1. He is 28-19-1. So let's get into this week. Key, here are your picks.
Alrighty, so I picked the Bills, unfortunately, and I had a strange feeling. I said something say Rob with the hot hands and Texas gonna get him. Always go with your gut.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that. Rams in Tampa is your Sunday night game. I think the Rams will get Tampa. Tampa's having a little off slump game, but I don't think this will be their bounce back game. Carolina and the 49ers. I got the 49ers. That's your Monday night game. Of course, my Eagles against the Dallas Cowboys. I got the Eagles. And then I picked a little wild card game here. We're going to go to division because the North is kind of hot right now. I'm going to take Go Pack Go over the Minnesota Vikings. Because I'm not picking Minnesota no more than nothing.
Yeah, Minnesota's another team. I'm not doing it.
Falcons, Vikings, Commanders.
Yes. Okay. I'll go with mine really quickly. I had the Bills over the Texans as well. I did say on sideline to sideline, I thought the Texans would cover, which they did, but I still picked the Bills to win. I got the Bucks over the Rams. I think backs against the wall. Baker Mayfield finds a way. I got the Niners over the Panthers, even though my heart is rooting for the Panthers because, like I said, I would love to see them make the playoffs. It may not be pretty wild card weekend, but I at least want to see them there. I just think the Niners right now with 30 back, they're just better. But I think the Panthers making it. I got the Patriots over the Bengals. I don't care if it's Flacco or Burrow. I think defensively they'll give them problems. They'll at least slow them down, especially if it's Burrow. You know how good he is. But I think the defense will give him problems. And I think Drake May probably will have a field day on that Bengals defense.
Absolutely.
And then, look, I am living in the Atlanta area. Saints fans are calling out Woodward. I have a weird feeling the Saints beat the Falcons this week. And Falcons fans absolutely dive off. They cannot lose to the division. They cannot lose to the Saints.
My cousin will have a heart. My cousin will have a whole fit. She would crash out.
They will pick it at the stadium if they lose to the Saints.
Well, they already almost damn near made it explode earlier in the week.
Well, if they lose, like Raheem Morris he wouldn't be able to leave the stadium. He will have to.
Wait, where are they playing at?
Well, actually, they're in New Orleans, so.
If they lose, you might as well keep Raheem and Lola.
Falcons fans will be out there waiting for them to land.
They might pay one of those New Orleans hooligans to get him.
Just leave. If he loses, just leave him in Louisiana. Don't even come back. We will mail you your stuff. Just don't get on the plane.
Just don't. I don't want to see you nowhere near the Georgia border.
Yeah.
Stay your ass off of 20. Stay your ass off of 75 and 85. I'm tired of incompetence.
Yeah.
I grew up watching this team, then I switched, and
No,
then
this is what's gonna happen. You see this? He gonna go to go. They can get his card out to get in the building, and they gonna open the door.
Yeah. So this is the week the Falcons need to show up, but I have a weird feeling the Saints get them.
And there's no, I might change my pick and pick him now, Kyle. You done got me thinking. No Drake May. I mean, not Drake May. No Drake London.
Nope. No Penix. You got Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts. Well, yeah, Bijan too. Yeah.
Darnell Mooney.
But you got a statue of a quarterback who didn't play well when he did need to play.
Nope. If there's one game the Saints are going to get up for,
it's this one.
Yep.
And then I got to go to work on Monday and deal with annoying ass Saint fans trying to antagonize me because they think I'm a Falcons fan, and then they get the clutching their pearls and shit when they found out I'm not. I'm like, you can't hurt me. I don't root for that.
I am not an Atlanta fan. Go ahead and keep talking about the team.
I just live here. The hell?
Yeah.
Well, the Falcons still stink. I know that.
But you're not hurting my feelings, though. But okay.
You're not hurting my feelings.
You're not out here defending them, so
I don't like no team from Atlanta. How about that? From the state of Georgia, I don't like any team. How about that?
And I'm damn near with it. Minus the Braves. I love them. The Bulldogs can go to hell. The Falcons damn near can go to hell. The Hawks are being ran to hell. They got rid of the Gladiators.
I still think Trey gonna get moved. I'm sticking to my whole position.
I've been saying that for like 30 years. They need to do it. They haven't. I need to see it before I believe it.
Maybe they want to move in silence. Maybe they don't want to put speculation out there, and all of a sudden we're gonna see a sham breaking news. Boom.
Yeah, maybe.
They got rid of the Gladiators.
I
miss them. The Dream are good. That's about it.
The Dream or something. They got Katy Perry syndrome.
They sure do too. Anyway, I had a rough week and I forgot to make my graphic, so I'll have that up. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. I had the Bills over Houston. I'm not gonna be delusional. Seattle over Tennessee. See, I actually picked the Panthers over the 49ers because I just love what I see from them. And is Brock Purdy playing?
Yep.
Yes.
He's still going to be rusty.
I mean, I could see Carolina beating them.
That'd definitely be a statement.
I love
everybody was doing a Panthers training. I said, would you consider that an upset?
Yes.
Yes.
Because they're not supposed to be on the theoretical time track of an NFL team in their life cycle right now to be able to beat a team like the 49ers. Even though they're beat up to hell, but they're not supposed to be able to beat them right now.
It'd be a road win. That would definitely be an upset for me.
Rams over Buccaneers.
Okay.
And Lions over Giants, because I need a pick me.
Another Jameis Winston start.
If he do something goofy, I get another half a point because I know it's happening.
I mean, he had the touchdown celebration. It was very goofy. He had with the press conference where he's singing Hamilton.
Yeah.
Every video I see from Jameis.
Rap Eminem? That is such a Jameis thing to do.
Yeah.
Rap Eminem. because he's about to play the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
How can you not like? How can you not love James? How can you not love him?
Yeah. Like I saw him interacting with a kid, and he was like, "Hey," and the kid was like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm a football player." The kid was like, "Are you Jackson Dart?" He was like, "No, I'm James Winston." I was like, "That poor kid thought he was me and Jackson Dart."
At
Like,
least we know the kid.
yeah,
They don't see color.
absolutely. Yeah. But he actually gave the kid like good words of wisdom, and I was just like, even James could turn that around and make it a feel good moment. So whatever he does after his career, he's gonna be great at it.
And then sometimes he just say goofy stuff, like when he was in Cleveland talking about Deshaun Watson as a good person. Shut the hell up. Where?
Yeah. And he was also asked like when can you put up Christmas decorations? And in Jameis Winston fashion, he started singing Christmas songs and then going, now. It's fine now. I was just like you could just give him that answer. You didn't have
I
to
don't
go
want to
through
hear.
all
I don't want to hear Mariah right now.
At all.
Yeah.
All I want for Christmas is money. That's it. Just give me that. I don't want nothing else. Give me
No,
a
I know. Look, I don't even want money. Just fill up my house with groceries. How about that? I'll take the food.
if Santa real, come bring me a car. Like,
Facts. That too. Look, food and a car. I don't even want no bread. I do want some bread. Look, I do want some bread, but give me the car and the food.
I ain't worried about no damn mistletoe. I'm not worried about a Christmas tree, a wreath. If I see Christmas lights, I'm yanking them. I'm really on my Grinch crap this year.
All right. Well, we'll get into the segment that people love to listen to, the ranting of Final Burn.
I actually got to add one more in there. I forgot, but we're going to go over it. We're going to go over it. Jamar Chase, step to the center, sir. So, for one, you let your emotions get the best of you. You and Jalen Ramsey had some heated play there. Division of game. I get it. It's a rivalry. It's heated. But then you proceed to do the nastiest you can do to a person. I don't know if you actually spit at him or towards him, but in general, substance left your mouth in the direction of him. And he had every right to try to knock your block off.
Mm-hmm.
What my thing is, you gonna lie about it. And there's 99 million cameras everywhere. Networks, pylon cams, instant replay. There's cameras all around everywhere
I say you should
watching
have got
y'all.
two. One for
But
the
you lied
lie.
and go and say, "Oh, I didn't spit on him." And then I wouldn't even list. This is why he had a nerve to appeal his list. Why are you in the game? Why would you appeal that? Because you didn't want to lose $500,000. You get to give up the game check, and they're fining you. This is why. So $500,000 is what you're losing. Now you're suspended for a game. If I was the Bengals, I would have suspended you for lying. You would have been suspended 2 games.
You know what I could be doing with $550,000 goddamn dollars right now?
Mm-hmm.
And he just throws it away because you want to spit on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And you lied.
Damon really should still be swinging on him today.
Yeah.
Today. And the next time, and I'm like, so like when it comes to spitting and things like that, the next time I see you, it's on site, and then the next time I'm gonna get you again, and then the next time I'm gonna get you again. I bet you're not gonna spit on me again.
Because that, if you want to be technical, that's assault. That's a whole charge. For spitting on somebody, that's assault.
Mm-hmm.
You go to jail for that. And you do that in the streets, you may not come back.
No,
Just saying.
you won't. Nine times out of 10, gonna be
Jamar Chase,
our fault.
you on this final burn because of you appealed. You would have been good if you ain't appeal. You wasn't losing that, bro. You wasn't losing it. This is why you made the list. Cam Newton, step to the center here, sir. What are we doing, Cam? What are we doing with these blasphemous ass takes of yours? First, you disrespected the Patriots. Then you come out here saying, "Oh well, forget about the wins, Jalen Hurts." Wait, what? Excuse me? Ain't that the point of the game? Ain't that the point? You win games. Ain't that the whole point to win, right? And we're gonna say, "Oh, forget about the points." Can you hold other quarterbacks accountable besides my QB? Y'all crucify this man. Y'all drag him in the mud because he's winning. Oh, but he's not winning sexy. It's an issue.
Cam is jealous of Jalen. You
No,
know,
you know what it is? He's butthurt because he was like, oh, yeah, me and you got something in common. The Super Bowl, yeah, I cried. Hurts like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I cried about that. But he's still butthurt from that comment of what Jalen Hurts said. Oh, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know about crying and nothing. He's still hurt over that interview.
and he's jealous.
And all he had to do was, he keeps, oh, my health. I didn't want to jump on the ball, but you in the biggest game of your life. You in the Super Bowl. You fought through the regular season to get here. And you're not going to jump on the ball for a fumble when you're right there? But anyway, these takes got to go. And then Dan Orlovsky's, of all people, you letting Dan cook you. Dan been cooking you for the last couple of days, Cam.
And been looking at you crazy too.
Dan been cooking you for the last couple of days, and I totally wholeheartedly agree with him. He's saying, "Oh, well, Jalen Hurts got the most pressure." No, he don't. If he loses against the Cowboys, guess what? They're still in the playoffs. They're still leading in NFC East. If Dallas loses, it's a no coming back from that.
They're done.
So yeah, Cam, this is why you're in the burn. Your takes is blasphemous, and you need to do something with that head of yours. Cut it off, get them redone, do something. But those things is horrible.
He look like he stinks. I'm sorry.
Then you gotta come in my area. I know it's all the media, but just here in Philly is really getting annoying and on my nerves. Especially with this whole AJ Brown situation and the Jalen Hurts. It all started from Derek Gunn. He going around saying, oh, everybody is frustrated with Jalen Hurts in the locker room. I understand the Eagles' offense. Could they be better? Absolutely. Are we sugarcoating it because we're 8-2? No. We at the same time, we still are talented. We still trying to get things together. But as the season gets coming to an end and we get into the playoffs, we can't have this offense. You could say it's the offensive coordinator, which I am going to say it's the offensive coordinator. Is AJ Brown being a diva? Absolutely. Do I disagree with him? No, I don't, because he has valid points. But I think he still needs to tone it down a little bit. Sirianni and the crew just need to take more accountability. But the media drags out things so much, and they take this and they run with it, and then they do this story that's not true. So Philly media, you're in a burn. Oh, one other person I gotta add in there I just thought about, Shady McCoy. What the hell? Did you hear what he said? He said, oh, the Eagles ain't gonna extend Hurts. What are you doing? He said the Eagles shouldn't. I don't think the Eagles going to extend Hurts. What?
That was so damn ridiculous. I had a sneezing attack. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't know what else Jalen has to do. No, I don't know. Why you crucify him so much. I don't know why. And since he's been in the NFL, he's 54 and 13. 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 MVP. What else do you want this man to do? What do you want him to do?
Apparently, he needs to throw for like 500 yards a game. Like I don't get it. But
Hmm.
we will go to Jory. My final burn was the whole like Patriots disrespect thing, so I got mine out of the way.
Yeah, because I'm gonna take off. Um, to Michael Porter Jr. and Leangelo Ball. There's a reason why one of you is dancing like a stiff ass mannequin on stage with these trash ass raps, and the other one is on a 2-12 team. You know nothing. You airheaded bird brains. I don't know why. Why is this a talking point about WNBA players and y'all trying to play against them? What is with y'all have such a nasty superiority complex that you just trying to humble them? Shut the
Mm-hmm.
fuck up. I argument. And then when we get on your ass, y'all just want to act ignorant. Like you finger following the fucking words. Like and and he every time he talks, he loses a brain cell.
Mm-hmm.
Having to tell him to steer clear of certain podcast topics, and you're still damn talking. So is it going one in one ear and out the other? Smooth brain, brainless. Every time it's like I think he got infected by a brain eating amoeba, but I think the amoeba was starved at this point. Like, what's the point? And then they had this whole big old discourse on tipping culture. Y'all are millionaires. Y'all can afford to tip what you're supposed to tip.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're gonna spend $10,000 at a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the fucking point. The point is it's divisive. It has no real meaning in sports. It's an empty ass debate argument. We know what science is. We know common sense. That whole thing is only being brought up to try to humble and crap on these WNBA players, and I'm not going for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Respect the game, respectfully. And then you got Mr. Patrick Beverly who said some dumb shit about the WNBA last week, and now this week he in some hot trouble.
Yep.
And he's trying to spin it and lie like we don't know the facts to the case. One, you tried to lie and say the boy was over 18. The boy was not over 18. If you don't know, well, then it needs to stop on both sides. Like, can we just enjoy the game of basketball instead of just saying dumb shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dead ass. Respect the game on both sides, respectfully.
Yeah, because we all know NBA players will beat a WNBA player, and WNBA wouldn't have no chance of being an NBA player. So yeah, that just don't even make those assumptions on both ends.
I don't even like, I don't, I think it needs to stop. The conversation on both sides. It just needs to stop because it
Mm-hmm.
does nothing but lead into incelic comments. And definitely,
I mean, I can say Asia might beat Josh Hart because I'm just gonna throw that out there.
she might, she really might. and intelligence, bird brain bastard. Like, the hell? Every time he opens up his mouth. Last time you over here some dry stitching on your brother who's in prison who can't damn defend himself. That was funny. I'm like, wait a minute. I know you're not sitting here over here saying, my brother wasn't blessed with a lot of money because he can't handle it.
Right.
Back to Pat Bev. You are a sick, twisted monster. You deserve to be. I haven't seen the pictures,
Hmm.
but if what is said is true, he needs to be in prison for the rest of his damn life. He tried to kill that girl, and he said, "I'm gonna be the one to kill you."
Yeah, those details are. Yeah, don't know how you come back from that.
Because I'm not gonna keep going back and forth about that. Uh, Back to Patrick Beverly. He deserves to be, if what he did is true, prison for the rest of his life. One, you lied about the dude's age. And a lot of teenagers these days are sneaking out. So I don't think it's necessarily a death sentence. But the fact that the same dude that you went over to attack her for seeing had to call the police to come get your ass.
Hmm.
I said might. I didn't say it was a definite.
She said might. Now move
I
on.
said might beat him. I didn't say she was going to flat out come out and score and beat him now.
Yeah.
That was 3 minutes ago. Move on. Um,
It would be a fun game though. But go ahead. On my
it
bad.
was fun to watch because now I'm finna get pissed off. Um, he's terrible. He's been a terrible person,
Hmm.
and I feel bad for his sister. I really do because she's definitely gonna need some therapy. I know what happens when family members do things to you, whether physically, emotionally, whatever. It messes you up, especially somebody like a parent or a sibling. It that messes you up. So I give my prayers, my thoughts and prayers out to the young lady. Pat Bev should be ashamed of himself, and now you got Dave Portnoy turning his back on him.
Yeah.
He said, what did he say the first time? Right. He can't go back with that one. The next two aren't necessarily sports related, but if you're on TikTok or social media or whatever, I might be chronicling online. I don't know. But have you seen that? Pause. We're not talking about that shit anymore, bro. Dead ass. Move on. Move on. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. If you're on TikTok and you've seen that little Michael Jackson know it all,
I think I just realized who. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
first of all, his last name is not Jackson, but whatever.
I saw the name up there. I was like, "Who is that?" But I remember I saw that video like yesterday, so I know exactly who you're talking about.
He went
Pages.
on
I'm not
TikTok.
scared to talk. I'm letting the segment play out.
I'm not aggressive. I already went. I just went ahead and said I'm trying to finish my fucking segment, and I want to move on. But go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, good.
No, 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 no. I'm good. Go ahead.
Because there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing for me to say about it. It's just that um, we've been down the road with it. Where look, if you ask a WNBA player if they could beat an NBA player, they're going to be confident in their ability. That's just how it is. It's not that big of it because one, you're never going to see it, so it's just hypothetical.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not something that I even care about because you're like Asia Wilson. Who knows? Like Josh Hart is a type of player that whatever. Like it, because even to go with the same uh, man versus man, like everybody when they talk about, oh, LeBron would do this to Jordan, it's all hypothetical. I'm seeing people talk about LeBron couldn't beat Larry Bird. I've seen people act like that's blasphemous. Like it's who knows?
We will never know. Let's just say we will.
We
It would
have no
never.
idea.
We would never know. It would never happen.
Yeah. So
But there's always dream matches. I mean, you can break them down, point by point their abilities, and then put it up that way. But as far as physically playing each other, it would never happen.
yeah. I mean, I will say she's more dominant in her sport than he is in his. And I think there's no argument against that.
And Josh Hart's my Nova brother, because I watched him through high school. I watched him in college. No, Josh Hart's always gonna be my guy because of he went to Nova, so I know what he's capable of.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's one of those conversations that's good for social media, but it's the never-ending one. But I mean, that's all we've got for you. Um, appreciate those of you for tuning in. We will be back next week, which would have to be
Black Friday
after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. So we will probably have some. We'll have some football to talk about. We'll have some NBA to talk about. Some college stuff going on as well. And okay, like if he was in the WNBA, okay,
because he wouldn't score 16, and he wouldn't do that in the WNBA.
A man in a women's league, like it wouldn't be comparable. So once again, that's one of those hypotheticals that's good for social media. There's no real factual evidence behind any opinion when it comes to that. The same way people jumped down Brittany Griner's throat when she said she would beat DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh yeah, no, she ain't beating. She is not beating Boogie. Oh my god!
But every athlete has arrogance, borderline confidence in their own ability. The same way, people were like, "Oh, Caitlin Clark would dominate." Some people thought Caitlin Clark could, hang with NBA players from three or something like that. Like it's just something that's good for social media.
All you gotta do is play defense on her. She cracks. So you gotta do is play defense. She can't do nothing.
Right. Like it. I mean, look, we saw this. What, tennis? Billie Jean King beat a man. You never know you don't know the limitations of what somebody can and can't do. So sure, Josh Hart could beat Asia Wilson 99 times out of 100. Doesn't mean there's not one time she could not beat him. Because that'd be kind of disrespectful to the player Asia Wilson is. That's all I would say about it, because it would just be back and forth forever. Okay, so now they're playing one-on-one full court. Okay, got it. Like it's just the conversation that just doesn't make any sense to have. That's kind of where I'm at with it. But we're gonna go ahead, just get up out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Appreciate all of you. Um, Key, anything you want to add before we get out of here?
No. Got some college games tomorrow, of course. Got NFL Sunday, so it's always football.
Right. Absolutely. I'll be back on here Monday on the ball with Brett. So we'll definitely talk about NFL Sunday and some NBA. So make sure you tune in for that. Check out the other shows on the network, which you will see here shortly in the outro. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. We will see you next week. All right. Bye.